Mm.
What is that? Will you tell me your name?
It's a pretty intense burn.
Where did it go? No, 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 no. Alicia.
Alicia? Mm. But that's Alicia.
Oh, glory. Thank you, mon ami.
Care to explain? Your father.
I don't think of him as my father anymore.
Still, why didn't you just tell us?
Because it's private. And it's painful and it's none of your business.
Not
I
really.
cut ties with him decades ago.
Lying by omission is still lying.
I've told you everything you need to know.
I'd rather make that determination for myself.
I think we can all understand where each other's coming from, right? He hasn't steered us wrong yet. But we're a team now. And we won't get very far if we don't trust each other.
Mm.
Family's complicated.
Funny that you say that.
Old friend, you've traveled miles, spinning in circles.
They really did Noco so dirty.
Your blind arms on the dial,
Noco didn't have to be there.
stripping off.
The stories say that Gestrels reincarnate. Is that true? Can you bring Noco back?
Partially. We can bring Noco back to life. But not all of Noco will return. It will be a different Noco. The one you knew is gone.
Mm.
I'm so very sorry, my friend. And all for naught. The Painter's heart was in that manor, and now it's gone. We have no way to access the monolith.
Expedition 58 seemed to think you knew another way.
What?
We found 58 and their journals.
So that's how you... I wasn't hiding it. If that's what you're implying. It's a dead end.
Wait, what are you talking about?
There is someone else who can help us. Excuse me. Is it true? Can you make a weapon that can pierce the barrier? Do you need something from the Axons? Do you need their hearts?
Look, to create this weapon, he needs enormous amounts of pure chroma, which is way beyond what we can get from Nevrons. The only source are Axons, yes. But like I said, that's a dead end. It's impossible.
Why? What are axons?
They're massive creatures living on islands around the monolith. They're much stronger and much more dangerous than Nevrons. I can't die, and I still couldn't take them down.
Yet we found the corpse of one in Old Lumiere, so it's possible.
I don't know how that one died. But I'm telling you, listen to me, please. Our chances of taking them down without you lot dying are close to zero.
Close, but not zero. Death is coming either way. And as expeditioners, if we die fighting.
Wonderful pep talk.
I know.
All right, if we're going to fight the Axons, then let's be smart about it.
What do you mean?
I've had a few rough encounters with the Axons. There are 3 located on islands around the monolith, and we need at least 2 hearts to get enough chroma. One lives on a mountain too high for us to reach, so that one's out. We should start with the one to the west of the monolith. It's already been weakened by previous expeditions, right?
Yeah, good idea. Maximize our chances.
Or we embrace the challenge and pick the one in the east.
I like your spirit.
Thank you.
Did you listen to what I just said?
Sorry, I just realized I can do something. Yeah, that way I can keep better tabs on both at the same time. So that was a lot. So we know that Renoir and Verso are related. We also think Alicia is related. Do we think Gustave and Maëlle are related as well? Oh boy. Allies recover 20% health on switching to Virtuose stance. applies shell when health is above 80%. That's kind of insane. Mael does have a lot of fire-focused abilities already. So having a neutral weapon on her doesn't seem too crazy. Wow. This takes on like a whole new meaning. When you figure out the stuff about Alicia, or at least some of the stuff about Alicia. So it's like, obviously there's some pretty big fire stuff going on. So I'm sure all the characters are gonna have something to say, right? You first.
I'm sorry, mon vieux. We'll bring Noco back.
I know.
I'm ready. Just say the word.
When the time is right. After we've settled this.
Verso approaches the Noco, who is carefully cleaning his Nevron legs.
Polishing your collection of Nev legs?
Yes. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, I too find the legs of my enemies to be beautiful.
Yes. I, too, find the legs of our enemies to be beautiful.
Yes, I knew you would appreciate them. You, sir, are a true connoisseur of elegant weaponry.
Why do you need to polish them anyway?
A warrior must be prepared for battle. And battle is just as much mental as physical.
Mental, eh?
Imagine you're a Nevron, and you see me. Charging toward you. Brandishing the well-polished and gleaming leg of one of your brethren. Think of the intimidation.
True. I wouldn't want to battle anyone who's using your hairy foot as a club. More for the smell than the intimidation.
And then I transform into one of them. Ha! Intimidation and confusion.
Intimidation and confusion.
From that alone, the battle is already won. The rest is mere cleanup.
Oh, you're right. I feel thoroughly intimidated.
Oh, you're right. I feel thoroughly intimidated.
You should try it. Even though you can't transform, it will still strike fear in the hearts of our enemies. Look, aren't they beautiful? Here, take a leg.
That's all right. I think you've got the intimidation factor covered. We wouldn't want to be so intimidating that the Nevs run away, right? Then we wouldn't get to fight.
Fair point. I'll handle the intimidation. You handle the cleanup.
The cleanup, eh? All right. Well, in that case, want to go intimidate some Stalags? We've got some time to kill.
Yes, well, that would definitely be quite exhilarating. But maybe later. I really need to finish polishing all these legs. I've still got 20 more to go.
I've missed you. All right then. Come on, move over and hand me an extra cloth. Let's get these legs shining so bright they blind our enemies and send them screaming.
A lot of smooth jazz happening here. As they polish the Nevron legs, Noco frequently bellows a war chant. Plays Verso into singing along, singing together with great gusto. May comes over to shush them. Ends up joining the polishing effort. Takes a while, but they finally finish and head back to
Ready for the axons? Of course you are.
yeah. So approaches my elf, who is alone by the lake.
What was it like for you, growing up in Lumiere?
Aside from being a sad and lonely orphan, it was great. Although technically, everyone in Lumiere is an orphan.
How old were you when your parents passed away?
Around 3, I guess. Yeah. I was an unwelcome surprise. They never wanted kids. And they definitely didn't want one right before their gommage.
Must have caused quite a bit of concern.
Yeah. Your arrival must have caused quite a bit of concern.
Panic's probably a better word. Then they died. And I bounced around from family to family. I can't even remember all of them. I was kind of a weird kid, I guess.
So was I.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was obsessed with my piano and my paint set.
Interesting. Why specifically piano and paint set?
I was a bit more severe than that. I used to have lots of nightmares and talk to myself. Kept running away from home all the time.
Nah, if that's weird, then we're all weird. Actually, I kind of think everyone's a weird kid in someone's eyes.
Well, I was a weird kid in everyone's eyes.
Even Gustav's.
Kind of. It's why he and his sister took me in. Nobody else wanted me. But I guess Gustav and Emma used to be weird kids too. So they liked me.
See? Everyone's weird.
Something you liked about Lumiere.
What's something you liked about Lumiere?
wandering around the buildings. Nobody wanted me for any of the fancy apprenticeships, so I got stuck as a runner for the warehouses. But that turned out to be kind of nice. I got to go everywhere in the city. I probably know the place better than anyone.
Yeah? What was your favorite place?
The Hanging Gardens. Me and Gustav used to go up there a lot. Do you miss Lumiere?
Yeah. I do. Not just the place, but everything about that time. The festivals, the gardens, dancing the night away on the harbour. Before, well, all this. That home is gone. Not just the place, but also the people.
You have us now?
Yeah. And you've got me. So, you want to dance the night away?
Maybe us, Ciel.
Niall starts to open up to Verso. Feels more comfortable with him. As does Verso with Mael. Mael and Verso spend some time reminiscing about the past and head back to the others. I am thou, thou art I. Maybe in more ways than one.
I'm mad.
Why?
Esky,
I'm stinking mad.
about Noco.
That was mean. I thought he cared. Renoir's not being Renoir.
He's not. I know, buddy. I'm mad too.
Yeah. So approaches SKA, who stares intensely at his armband.
That armband looks nice.
Guess it's official. I have the disaster expedition now.
Yeah, I guess it's official. We're part of the disaster expedition now.
What's up with you?
What's up with you? So, you want an armband too?
Maybe.
You barely have arms.
That's not true. SKA has one thing, he definitely has arm. Like, come on.
Not true. Anyway, I want a headband.
Your head is humongous. You're gonna need so much cloth.
I have a big brain.
All right, Monsieur Big Brain. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. That's not what I was expecting. Better not lose this like your stones.
Better not lose this like your stones.
I shall treasure this forever.
SK is even more excited than usual. Says given SK the greatest gift ever. SK is overcome. SK dances around with his armband for a bit before they return to the others. Interesting.
Lune. Okay. We'll talk later then.
Yeah, I do. Nice stands by the fire deep in thought. Verso tries to get her attention. What are these questions, dude? Come on. Do you like cats?
Do you like cats?
What?
Do you like cats?
I think you've spent too much time alone. You've forgotten how to start a human conversation.
I just have this feeling you're a cat person.
Well, you're wrong. I did have a dog named Pat, though.
Okay, reload the set. Interesting name.
Interesting name.
My sister named him when we were kids. Stella. She was a gifted artist. And fiery. She definitely made the most of the time she had.
We're talking a lot about fire here. Are you close?
Were you close?
When we were younger, I guess. But my brother and sister had their own lives. They didn't care about my parents' research.
Doesn't seem fair.
No. I'm glad they got to live. Sol was a great older brother. That's actually how I met Gustav. Sol was dating his sister.
So, you knew Gustav for quite a while then?
That's an awful lot of personal questions.
It is, isn't it? All right, we can talk about me again if you want.
How generous of you.
Ask away. I'm being sincere. Go ahead, ask me anything you want. We've got all night.
Remember, you offered. Do you like monkeys?
Oh,
What?
come on.
Lune is in such a good mood that she forgets to ask Verso other important questions. Verso takes note of. Interesting. Have a bit more fun together before heading back to the camp. How much fun? How much fun are we talking about here?
I'm sorry, mon vieux. We'll bring Noco back.
I know,
I'm ready.
when the time is right.
Just
Ready
checking
for
if
the
there was
accent?
anything else.
Lune. Okay.
Oh. We can definitely spend more time with Lune. Go for it.
My fellow night owl.
Night owl?
You never seem to sleep.
I sleep. I sleep enough.
What keeps you up?
What keeps you up?
What doesn't keep me up?
From one insomniac to another.
Sometimes I just can't turn off my mind. It's like I pick up a puzzle and I can't set it down until I solve it.
And what's your current puzzle?
The talking Neverons. The ones that seem to have personalities and thoughts and feelings. I'm trying to make sense of the things they said. I know there's an important piece of the puzzle there. We need to find and talk to more of them.
I've talked to a few. They mostly spout nonsense. I wouldn't expect too much.
Maybe you weren't asking the right questions.
Well, I'm certainly not as experienced as you.
What about you, my fellow night owl? Why can't you sleep?
Same, I guess.
Same, I guess.
Really? You don't strike me as the obsessive warrior.
So, you'd call yourself an obsessive warrior?
Come on, I just shared with you.
Sleep is not very restful for me. I used to have horrible dreams, but somehow it was worse when they stopped. Now it's just this oppressive void.
Fascinating. So, you experience discomfort while you sleep? Pain? Are you aware of time passing? I should observe you next time you sleep.
Well, that's not creepy.
Precisely. It's science.
Oh, Noco would know something about that. The answers are getting spicy, chat.
So does this mean I can watch you sleep?
No, that'd be creepy.
Right.
Verso flashes a grin at Lune. Lune can't help but smile back. The world feels a little brighter. They're together. Lune can't restrain herself from asking Verso a few more questions, but they head back to the others. Thanks to Verso's answers, Lune understands Chroma better than before. Radiant attack unlocked. Lune Tree of Life.
Lune. Okay. We'll, talk later then.
Okay, so she's officially...
All these years and you've never defeated an Axon?
They're kind of tough.
And do you think our chances are close to zero?
I didn't think you cared about odds.
Lune and I have less than a year. But Mael's different. Story time?
Let me think.
Come on. You've been alive for over 60 years. You must have tons of stories.
60 must feel really old for someone who only knows that they're going to be able to live to like 33. Wow. Years actually, so it's hard to choose.
Over 100 years, actually. So, it's hard to choose.
You're 100 years old and so indecisive?
All right. Let me think.
She likes hearing about like really dark stuff, right?
Okay, I'm gonna share something really dark with you.
Oh, I'm so intrigued.
It's about my hair.
Your hair? That's a bit literal on the dark and personal.
Hey, I'm sharing a heartfelt secret here. Do you want the story or not?
Please, do share.
Sometime after the fracture, my hair turned completely white, like an old man. Luckily, the Gestural village has a hairstylist quite skilled in color treatments.
Lucky.
But he's always napping when I get there, and his apprentice always mucks things up. I'm lucky my hair's not purple this time.
Purple could be fun.
So, your turn.
That was hardly dark or personal.
Hmm. Alicia's hair is also completely white, right? Makes you wonder.
White hair? Old man, I'm revealing myself here.
All you've revealed is that you're vain, and that you're really bad at making appointments.
Vain? Hey, I'm not the one with all the bracelets and rings.
Actually, my students made these bracelets for me, to remember them by. Because chances are we'll never see each other again.
Not necessarily.
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. My youngest student is 6. Her parents will gommage when she's 12, and she herself won't live past 21. Her parents did the maths. They'll have 12 years as a family, and she'll experience 21 years of life. These are the choices we get to make. The earlier you have children, the more time you get to share with them, the more life they'll get to live. And every year you wait...
You're shortening your child's life.
Precisely.
You don't have any children, though.
No, I don't, but I have my students. One of my friends, Sophie, said it best. She said she loves her children so much, the best thing she could do for them is not to have them. See? Dark and personal.
Yeah, you've set the bar high.
Come back with a better story next time.
But Verso's story was rather lacking. Ciel appreciates Verso slightly more than. Ciel and Verso spend a bit too long teasing each other before going back to the other.
All these years and you've never...
They're kind of tough.
And do you think our chances are...
I didn't think you cared about odds.
Lune and I have...
They can spend more time with Ciel. I did hear tale that if you go too far with Ciel in terms of this relationship and everything, then pressing Lune's storyline, I guess, like it's affected in some kind of way. I don't know. I'm concerned, but it doesn't seem like it's too crazy yet. So. Verso approaches Ciel, who seems open to talking.
Here to make amends for your terrible story.
I'll be honest. I didn't expect things to get so deep so fast.
I could tell. I'm not really sure you're up to the challenge.
Oh, I can keep up. In fact, I'm here to offer a story.
A good one this time?
Yes. Well, you said I'm vain.
No, you said you're vain.
Would a vain person keep this scar? I could heal it, but I don't.
What you mean by that? You could heal the scar, but you haven't. So do you literally choose what you heal? Seems really bizarre.
Oh? Why is that?
It's a reminder of the price I paid to stand on my own 2 feet. But it meant walking away from people I cared about. So, there you have it. Dark and personal.
I feel like there's more to this story. It's probably not a coincidence, then, that Renoir has a similar scar.
That's right, you really do see everything.
Mael's right. You really do see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We disagreed on pretty much everything. Tactics, goals, what lines we wouldn't cross. I had to walk away, but he was resistant.
You fought?
It was the first time we ever raised a hand against the other.
If you can control your healing, that means Renoir can too. And he made the same choice as you. Interesting.
Oh, I never thought of it that way. But, you're right. So, dark and personal enough for you?
It was worthy.
Worthy of the story of that scar on your stomach.
Well, we all have scars that won't heal, don't we?
Deep.
That's a story for another time. The scars look good on you, though.
I know. That's the real reason I keep them.
I knew it.
Ciel appreciates that Verso opened up to her. Feels closer to Verso now. Ciel and Verso switch to sillier topics for a few minutes. Are heading back to the others. What the songs is Our Painted Family?
All these years and you've never defeated an Axon.
Yeah, this is gonna sound crazy, but what if we...
They're kind of tough.
You've ever heard of, like, okay. So there's a story called The Portrait of Dorian Gray, right? Where he paints a picture of himself and uses magic, basically. Himself young forever. And if you know that story, that painting basically burns in a fire and he just like disappears, I think. Hey, if I'm remembering correctly. I wonder if like a similar thing would be going on here. That's just my theory, but like painting, immortality, the gray hair. It just seems like so, you know?
And do you think our chances are close to zero?
I didn't think you cared about odds.
Lune and I have less than a year. But Mael's different.
Also, Emily Harrison. I shouted out the following at the beginning of the stream, but I definitely wanted to make sure that was mentioned. Thank you so much for following. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. Notice that on Twitch, it doesn't actually show the followers, but I did set up an alert for it. Oh, but
All these years.
They're kind.
And do you think our
I didn't think you.
Lune and I have
I mean, like, that's everybody here, you know.
I'm
Esky.
I'm
About.
Dad.
He's not.
Oh. Apparently we can spend more time with Esquier. I'm gonna do it.
Enjoying the stars.
Stars are the apples of the sky.
What you mean?
I love the way you see the world.
Oh, that constellation looks like Francois.
Not grumpy enough. Needs to look a little bit more cranky.
Yeah, it's not grumpy enough. It needs to look a bit more cranky.
He's not grumpy. He's just sad. He misses Claire. Hawthorne used to be all wee, but now
We well, we know what we've been over this. We've been over this for South. He's wee woo.
yes, wee. Back in the day, when there was nothing in the world except the four of us flying around on adventures.
Ah, I see. And, woo?
Yeah, centuries go by without your best friends. That's gonna make you go, ooh.
How come you're not grumpy like Francois?
I am grumpy.
Oh, are you now?
In fact, I should actually fix that too. Let's see. I think it's not updating because I don't have it open. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, that's sorry, checking something. Okay. So that should update now. So,
I too am ooh, but I'm also wee. So the wee balances the ooh.
You might say you're a bit,
do we not
wee
already
woo,
have this
wee woo.
conversation with
Then.
SK? Feels weird.
You really get me, Verso.
I'm a bit, wee woo myself. Although I'm a bit more woo than wee these days. Hey, that one looks a little like Noco.
Oh, and if you squint and sort of scrunch up your face, that one next to it looks like Noco.
Verso and SK feel their bond deepen after their meaningful interaction. A better relationship with SK than I do with CL. I guess it's for the best. Spend more time looking at the stars, saying they look like things they absolutely do not look. SK's nonsense inspires Verso. Radiant attack unlocked. Verso striker. Then head back to the others. Interesting.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm ready.
When the time is...
Okay, now I think we've talked to
Ready for the
everybody.
action.
Right. Okay.
Lune. Okay.
Yeah. Meant to get to the campfire. Niall finds a spot where she can write. Spend some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. It's about old Lumiere and how this city was actually supported from the continents and ocean. Hopes Gustav's apprentices will read this journal someday. Niall heads back. So, wonder. First off, we should upgrade everybody. I feel like we want final path. I just realized this is like 9 points. I think we'd like to get the health to like at least 50. Maybe 60. The way that some of these enemies are hitting, like, I feel like it's definitely a need. More so than a want. Check up on the others.
So, the masked person with Renoir, that's your sister?
Interesting.
Not a hard leap to make.
Her name's Alicia.
What's wrong with her? She wears a mask all the time, she never talks, and she's always staring.
She was trapped in a fire a long time ago. Damaged her face and her throat, so, yeah.
Wow.
Why did they come to see me?
I don't know. That surprised me when he told me. She helped me before. I thought she'd help me again, but it seems she's chosen a different side. Family is complicated, right?
Yeah.
Do you want the armband back?
What?
I feel like a fraud wearing it, given, you know.
Wear it anyway. You said you chose your side, right?
I did. You're not upset with me.
Strangely, no. I hate secrets, but Gustav always gave people the benefit of the doubt. And your actions are what matters. I
Thanks.
Hmm. I feel like something else is going on. The resemblance between the two of them is uncanny. Resemblance between Gustav and Verso is also uncanny. Hmm. Do you think they could like paint people? Is I mean that doesn't really work. I feel like this world is full of paintings, right? These painted creatures, these painted things. That's almost what Neverons are. Paintings. So is it too far to say that like people may also be painted? I don't know. Swim through coral reefs. This gate can now take you to the continent from any expedition flag. Huh? That was badly explained. Interesting. There are a lot of coral reefs. But, oh my god. There are a lot of coral reefs too. There go the sprinklers again. Hmm. I feel like this is a decent enough place to leave it off for the morning slash evening or whatever you might call this. But if you did like this, go ahead and definitely follow on either platform of your choice. We also do have a YouTube channel. And yeah, I guess we'll come back to this at some point, probably either in weeks. I still think that like it has to be something with these paintings and all these people, all these different situations, right? Just seem almost too similar. But then there's the whole idea of my updated orphan and my escape Ciel. There's just something else. Something that like nobody is saying. Anyways, thank you so much for your support. Keep in mind that you are appreciated. Still working on getting this restream because sometimes it tells me stuff, sometimes it doesn't. I'm trying to figure out what to put where so that everything is communicated the best way possible. But yeah, I guess next time we'll probably do more exploration. But thank you so much for joining. You did join, and I hope that you have a good evening.